table right up here.
I'm going to scoot and find you.
Hey, how are you?
You want to say hi? So, chorus.
It says strong girls. That means you're going to grow up to be a strong girl. You know that? That's right. You want to give me 5? What kind of ice cream did you get? What kind?
Yeah.
Looks pretty amazing. And what kind of ice cream did you get?
Vanilla.
Yes.
Vanilla. You
Classic.
can't go wrong with vanilla. And you got the same thing he got?
Yep.
I can see it on your face.
Do you want to give her a hug? No, thanks.
Do you want to pick?
Look at Mama. Good girl. Thank you so much.
No, so good to see you. Get out and vote on Tuesday.
We sure will.
Nice to see you. So what do you think about the state so far? It's beautiful, right? Yeah, it's really nice. Oh, good.
You guys go to school? You work? Or you do it?
I'm currently going to college.
You are?
Where?
Hey, we got to keep you over here.
Excuse me.
You know what? I love that. So you're my good luck charm. 3 for 3. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Are you good to see you? Hi, sweet girl. How are you? Y'all look so pretty. You sure can. Absolutely.
She said she wanted Nikki to be the first one to write in her elephant
And
book.
what's your name? Rosie, R-O-S-I-E.
It's 15 months.
15 months. Is he walking up?
Oh, he's walking like crazy. Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
They're so fun. He seems really calm.
I can't believe it. He's loving this. He's with so many people.
So
You having fun, bud?
You're so big.
You excited to be our next president?
He's all right. You see all those cameras? You see all those cameras? Oh, enjoy them. They grow up so
Thank you so
fast.
much.
Get out and vote on Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Best of
God
luck.
bless.
Thank you so much for everything.
Here you go, buddy.
What does he think about me?
He's excited. He's excited for the future and what she means for the future. You know, she's going to unify this country, and that's what we really need at this time. She makes conservative not a bad word anymore. I don't have to be ashamed of who I support because she's not as decisive as what we had in the past, and I think she's gonna smoke Biden, and that's what we need.
What changes do you think she'll bring?
I think a lot more unity. She's going to bring the Republican Party back to the middle, a little bit closer to the middle at least, which will allow the Democrats to kind of come back a little bit as well too. Now that just means strength for this country.
Okay, so the first thing I'll tell you is it is 2 more days. We are super excited. Full schedule today, just like we did yesterday, just like we did the day before. We're not leaving any stones unturned. We are trying to make basically the case that, look, we're trying to change the tone in the country. This is a time where we've got a country in disarray. We've got the world on fire, but we don't need people in disarray against each other. We don't need to have all of this bitterness and all of this hatred and all of this negativity happening. People want to know that we can live in a country to be proud of. And in order to do that, that means you bring in everybody. That means you act like Americans and you don't judge people based on what party they're in or what color they are, or what gender they are, or anything. Let's start kind of bringing it back together. That's our goal. We have said that there is a big difference between these choices that people are going to make on Tuesday. They can have more of the same, or they can have a new generational leader. And I want to stress the generational part. We have watched for a long time a lot of these guys stay too long. And we've seen the old guard continue to do the same things. We want to shift that. It's time that we go younger. It's time that we go with more solutions. It's time that we modernize in everything that we do. What we've seen is I've seen the commercials on TV. I will tell you, you got to push back and ask the questions. I've never raised a single tax. I don't plan on it. I've never once said I was going to cut Social Security. Donald Trump's got millions of dollars on TV saying I am. You owe it to the people of New Hampshire to tell them that that is a lie. I am the wife of a combat veteran. The last thing I'm going to do is start a war. I'm trying to prevent us from going to war because I don't want him to do that. But when we look at this, the choice that we have, More of the same like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. More of the same where 70% of Americans have said they don't want to repeat with a Trump-Biden rematch. More of the same in the fact that we do have two 80-year-olds running again and we need somebody ready to go for 8 years. More of the same in the fact that they spent trillions of dollars of our money putting us in debt that we're going to have to pull out of. More of the same that the majority of voters don't have a good favorability of either one of them. That's what we're looking at. And so as we go forward, we're making that case. But we're also making the case that I was a two-term governor that took a double-digit unemployment state and turned it into an economic powerhouse. I heard Trump say that I was against election integrity. I passed voter ID before he even knew what a Republican was. Back in 2012, we have made sure that we've done all kinds of things, from tort reform. We passed the toughest illegal immigration law in the country. You can't say somebody's against closing the border when I did that. So all of those things, we're making our case. New Hampshire likes what they hear. We're going to keep going forward. And I think people want to see something new, something fresh, a new tone at the top. And that's what we're going to try and make sure that we do going forward.
Nikki, if you lose here, do you lose altogether?
Nikki, couple quick questions. One, No Labels says you're a possible candidate for them. If you don't get the GOP nod, would you run on a No Labels ticket or third party? And why are you not competing in the Nevada caucus, which will reward delegates, whereas the Nevada primary, which you are in, will not?
So I am a Republican through and through. That is what I'm running for. That's what I'm going to win, is the Republican nominations. I am not interested in No Labels. I've never been interested in that. That's not the goal. The goal is to go and get the Republican Party to understand that we need to be the party of addition, where you bring people in, you don't push people out. You know, you look at Donald Trump, and what he's done is he's decided who's a good Republican, who's a bad Republican, who's a right Republican, who's a wrong Republican, who's a good American, who's a bad American. We're not going to do that anymore. That's not what America is. America respects everybody, and we go and we pull out the best in people going forward. That has got to stop. That's everything that people don't want. That's everything that we're trying to change, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm not interested in the No Labels. I'm interested in doing this the right way and winning the right way.
And on Nevada?
We do. On Nevada, I'll tell you, I mean, talk to the people in Nevada. They will tell you the caucuses have been sealed up, bought, and paid for a long time, and so that's why we got into the primary. But we know that's kind of I mean, the caucus is what it is, and these are people who are involved in it that tried to stop it. But that's the Trump train rolling through that. But we're going to focus on the states that are fair. We're going to focus on the states that are going to do this and allow people the right chance.
On the new latest poll that just came out, you've made it clear that you believe chaos follows the former president. You made it clear it's time for a new generation. You are doing well among independents, but why aren't more Republicans buying your argument?
I disagree that more Republicans aren't buying my argument. I was a Tea Party governor. The reason, something came up, they were saying yesterday, why doesn't she have more support from congressional members? Why doesn't she have more support from legislators in her state? Let me tell you why. The reason I don't have or want the big support from our legislators is because I pushed back on them when I was governor. I forced them to show their votes on the record that they were hiding by voice votes. I forced them to pass ethics reform that they didn't want to do. I vetoed $500 million worth of their pet projects that they were using as pork to go back to their states. You're going to see, I'm not going to get a ton of congressional support either, because I want term limits, because I want mental competency tests for anyone over the age of 75, because I've said if they don't give us a budget on time, they don't get paid. The elected political class has never liked me, and they will never endorse me. And I don't want it, because I'm fighting for normal people. I'm not fighting for those politicians that have been there for a long time and have something to gain from it. And so I'm proud to be able to say that. I am a conservative through and through. I'm proud to, and my record.
But with Trump's lead only growing in this latest poll.
I'm sorry?
His lead only widening in this latest poll.
That's not true. You've got one poll that just came out that showed us 2 points apart. You had another poll that came out that showed us 11 points apart. You had a poll that came out a couple of days ago that showed us even. The only thing I care about is on Tuesday. You can tell what you know about polls.
That's it. Look, on the day I got elected governor, poll said I was going to lose by 11 points, and I won by 2. No offense to the pollsters, but it's the voters that matter. The voters, not just those that are picking up their phones on the poll. Nikki,
President Trump brought South Carolina political leaders on stage last night, and he said that he was, quote, kissing ass ahead of South Carolina. Your reaction to, them on stage at the Trump rally and the former president saying that he's sucking up to them?
I mean, I think, look, he brought the governor of South Carolina up I'm not surprised by that. I ran against him and beat him when I ran for governor the first time. So he can bring all those people up all they want. I won governor twice. I know the people of South Carolina. I respect them. They want to see hard work. They want to see you earn it. They want to see you fight for it. They don't want to see you kissing ass. They don't want to see you doing something that's not fighting for them. And so I will go and put the street tread in there just like I did when I won the first 2 times. And we'll show them again that I'm there to fight for them, not to fight for the politicians in South
Nikki,
Carolina.
Nikki, here. Do you lose
Have you had a
altogether?
chance to talk to Governor DeSantis at all this weekend? And if, perchance, something happens and he exits the race in the coming days, do you try to earn his support, and how does it change the race?
I haven't talked to Governor DeSantis. I don't know anything about his plans.
Is he a voter in New Hampshire? If not, then Nikki's not spending time. She's focusing on the voters in New Hampshire.
Nikki, if you lose here, do you lose altogether?
Any other questions?
Governor,
Yes.
Do you think that Donald Trump is the establishment? And then what is your comment on President Biden saying that he agrees with you that you are not Nancy Pelosi?
First of all, I think that it should concern every American why Donald Trump cares more about congressional endorsements and legislative endorsements than he does about fighting for the people. And you saw that when he refused to get on a debate stage. The second thing is, what do we know about Donald Trump? He proved when he was president, he's good at breaking things. But he also proved he doesn't know how to fix them. Well, the country's broken. We appreciate that. We need someone that's going to now go in and fix it. He hasn't done that. That's our goal, is to make sure we go and we right this ship. Are we going to clean up agencies? Yes. Are we going to make sure we cut taxes? Yes. Are we going to get our kids reading again? Yes. Are we going to secure the border? No more excuses? Yes. He didn't do any of that. Are we going to finally hold China accountable for the fentanyl he's allowed to come in? Yes. He didn't do those things. So we're going to continue to do that in a way that makes people proud.
Nikki. Is your goal on Tuesday to get first place? And what happens if you get second? Will you continue on?
I have been consistent. Y'all have heard me say this over and over again. In Iowa, I wanted to be strong. We did that. We started at 2%. We ended at 20%. In New Hampshire, I want to be even stronger than that. And in South Carolina, I want to be even stronger than that. We'll find out what strong and stronger is on election day, but that's the goal. That's always been the goal.
Governor, you've talked a lot about voter turnout the last couple of days. Does voter turnout make or break you in New Hampshire? And if so, what are the numbers that you're looking for on Tuesday?
I think we always want to have as many people come out to vote. We want them to show the power of their voice. We want to get out there. Look, I care about the people of New Hampshire. That's why I've campaigned for 11 months. Shaking every hand, answering every question, being the last person to leave. Because at the end of the day, I don't mind hard work. I've never minded hard work. The reason I'm doing this is I don't want my kids to continue to live like this. And what I'm going to do when I am president is I'm going to make sure I give every voter, every citizen, all the information I have so that they can make the best decisions for their family. And I will spend every single day of my presidency proving to the people of this country that they made a good decision.
Nikki, is New Hampshire a little break for you?
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Governor.